And this is really exciting, Jay. So I don't think in all of my years of presenting jewelry here on national television have I ever said this stone is from Armenia.
Okay.
Have you been getting a lot of stones?
No, you don't get a lot. Here's the thing with this. On my trip I was just telling you about.
Yes.
Okay, so
your
out
trip on the Harley?
Yeah. So I was on my Harley and was.
I want pictures of that, Jay. I want videos.
Yeah, you know, like.
Do you wear like leather? What do you got going on?
No,
what's your outfit?
I'm a real rider. I'm a real. Yeah.
I don't know what that means. What's
it means that we're real
Harley
bike riders. We ride hard, we ride fast, and you probably wouldn't want to be sitting on the back. So the story I was going to tell you though is this: I got this bright idea. I was going to ride to Armenia, right? So I was on this trip, and we were all the way down. I was at the end of Croatia, and I was going to bop down and go to this mine, go see them. But I couldn't get insurance on the bike. I couldn't find any. They would not insure it, and they just said, if you want it, you just at your own risk. And this is a really nice bike, But they said they wouldn't cover it whatsoever. So I didn't end up getting to go. This is one of the things. This is one of the turquoise mines. This is really, really unusual, right? That I have not been to the mine. I've seen pictures of the mine. I know the miners personally. I've met the miners. How I got turned on to this actually is a friend of mine who is processing all of the material, or the majority of the material for them. This comes out of an old copper mine. Actually, it was a copper and molybdenum mine. It's an open pit mine. In 2018. They closed it, and our friends, the miners, they were able to get. They got the turquoise claim. They found turquoise in there, and so they're the only ones in there mining it. So they're kind of limited because they don't really have a lot of big equipment. And the thing with mining, people don't realize, especially with turquoise. Turquoise is usually, when you find large volumes of turquoise, it's because they're mining copper, they're mining iron, aluminum, something like that. The Kingman mine, Sleeping Beauty mine, those were all copper mines. And so, the most expensive thing you'll ever do is move dirt, right? And so they are getting material now. This is all natural. We're hoping to get more material. They're now starting to get some bigger material. But this was kind of some of the first loads that are starting to come out. We're not getting a lot, but this is what we did is we tried to leave this in the most natural form we could.
So pretty.
So these are all natural freeform nuggets.
Look at that color.
And all we did was polish them. Now, here with this Armenian material, as you can see, it comes in from like a vivid, almost like a Mojave green.
Yes.
To almost like a robin's egg blue Sleeping Beauty color. It comes in an array of colors, and it's very bright, very vivid. All of this material, you don't even need to stabilize it. That's how hard it is. It is so hard. But now we have stabilized it just so that the color saturation will always remain. So the blues aren't going to turn greens. The greens aren't going to turn really dark. It's going to stay those colors. It will always be those colors. All we did was stabilize the color.
Pretty.
But we did nothing to change the colors. They're all natural colors. It's all natural turquoise. And this is the very, very first time that we're showing this turquoise. I
love this color.
Yeah, I got this about
a
year and a half ago. We didn't get a lot of material because there wasn't a lot of material available. But we're hoping that we can develop this. Isn't that cool?
I just want to show you how adjustable the neckline is.
Yeah, and I would wear this in a heartbeat. I actually, as a guy, I would wear this in a heartbeat.
Why not?
This is a really, really cool look.
And for those of you that love turquoise, we have never, ever done this mine find before.
Yeah.
We've never done Armenian turquoise.
Have you seen anybody else selling it?
I have never, ever, and I've been on television for 20 years with many different incredible guest experts and miners and gem experts. I have never seen a turquoise like this. I've certainly never seen one mined out of Armenia. I'll tell you what I love about it. It's really unique. Every single stone has its own pattern, its own natural characteristics. This one is almost like an emerald green.
Do you see, like,
or
almost like what they call like Mojave green?
Yeah.
You know, now here again, like I said,
blue?
I have not been to this mine, physically been to the mine, which is really unusual for me. I mean, I always try to, but this is the first load. It's not that I'm not going to go to the mine. I'm just going to have to find a different way to get down there to visit the mine. But you know what's the pictures of this? What's really kind of funny about it? You almost get a feeling like you're at the Kingman mine in Kingman, Arizona, although there's more trees.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit greener, but it's kind of the same thing. And, you know, the Kingman, the mineral park deposit where the King mine is located is the same thing. It's copper and molybdenum that they have. So it was a copper and moly mine. So I have high hopes that this is really going to turn into something.
It's already taken off. You are the first to see it. So you know a lot of his pieces are highly collectible. Once they sell out, many of them are never repeated. He doesn't ever repeat any of his designs. Sometimes he's inspired. If it's a very popular look, he'll try to recreate something similar, or he'll bring it back with a slightly different style. So if you see it and you love it, I'm going to encourage you, drop it in your cart right now. We've had so many incredible values already. We're only halfway through the first hour, and we've had already up to over 50% off some of our all-time favorites. This one you're seeing here, under $140 for genuine turquoise. I just got back from my trip to my home state, Colorado, which I know you love as well, Jay. Lots of beautiful nature. If you want to see all my incredible run-ins with some of the predators that are wild in Colorado, go to my Instagram page, Sarah Anderson HSN, or Facebook. Check it out.
I didn't know you were native from Colorado.
Yeah, I grew up in Colorado.
No, you know my mom and my sisters, my brother, you know, they live right outside of Durango.
Okay, I know that area well.
Okay, but like you wake up in the morning, it's like National Geographic.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, okay, let me tell you something. They don't live in town, right? But it's really amazing.
It is such a pretty state. I also love to see what they're showing, and there is this really cool jewelry store in my hometown, and it is all based on that Santa Fe style, right? Santa Fe chic, a lot of turquoise, a lot of really chunky, cool Western designs, a lot of solid sterling silver. You would not find a necklace like this, of this caliber, in one of those stores, whether it's in Colorado or Vail or Aspen or Sedona or Tucson, not for under $140. That's why we love mine finds. That's why we go directly to the source. It's who you know in the gem business. That's why Jay can create his entire private collection. He is only here on HSN. You cannot buy it anywhere else. You can't find it anywhere else. He's designing this just for you, so you can have some of the finest, most exclusive and rare and unique gemstones in the entire world. I think every single one of these stones I could look at for hours. You see the coppers, you see the greens, you see the blues, you see a robin's egg blue, you see a pale minty green blue. You see sort of a lime green, you see a grass green, you see the Mojave green, you see these genuine chunky nuggets. I love a turquoise necklace that's done in those kind of natural free-form designs, because I feel like it's exactly how Mother Nature intended it, Jay.
This is new for your collection. This is the first time that I've ever done anything in Armenian turquoise. I mean, it's a really new, but what I love about it, and just like Sarah's so good at pointing out, do you see the colors on that? And she went by through the different colors. Look at the vibrancy, and those are all natural. I have other multicolored turquoises. Okay, I mean that not every deposit is like that. And what causes the colors to change is the amount of the copper, the amount of the aluminum, the amount of the different phosphates that it has. It's just little nuances that either make it more of a green or more of a blue. The bluer usually has a higher copper content. So, but every single one of those colors that are in there, that you're seeing right there out of that deposit, every one of it is a natural color. And again, this is something I think that's going to be really collectible. And I'm hoping to get more. I know that they're getting material out of the ground actually as we speak. but it's not coming out. There's not like
Really
you can go
special.
and get a ton or 5 tons or 10 tons, right? This is like you get like 200 kilos, 100 kilos.
Fabulous offer. I could honestly look at this stone for hours and hours on end. I was just noticing one here that almost reminded me like a picture of the globe, like Earth from outer space. So you're really getting all of Mother Nature's beauty all in one necklace. Now, I think it's a great layering piece as well if you want to mix it up with some of your other pendants or individual stones or solid sterling silver. It is adjustable on the back, so you can go anywhere between 18 and nearly 22 inches. So
yeah.
It's a great look. It's a great buy. Right now, it's $40 off. $40 off as long as our quantities last, and it might match everything from your Sleeping Beauty to your denim lapis and everything and anything kind of in between. Let's mention the ring that Angie is wearing. A lot of you are already asking about it, and so nice to have Angie here. Up here at HSN.